episode 2. It's going to be my 2x2 set. Um, little formation kind of mini scheme kind of guide, but this one's probably going to run a little longer. So I said season. Episode 1 was spread formations, in which there's 3 in this playbook in spread. What we're going to go over in 2x2 is the main 4 2x2 sets that I use. It's 3 in shotgun and 1 in pistol. So I'm just gonna quickly go over the setup that we got as far as our roster. Our offense goes, obviously Lamar, Justice Hill, Amari Cooper. Nice piece, but not the best receiver. This is our speed guy right now because not Antonio. Marquise Brown is still hurt. That's our speed guy, 93 speed, and then this is our big receiver. So we have receivers that can do everything. We got a big guy, we got a fast guy, and we got a guy that can run routes. Now, the way I have my offensive line set up, Orlando Brown is now running left tackle because he, a lot of time, is isolated by himself. He has 2 pass block abilities. Our left guard, solid player, not the best, but he is good. And then we have Zach Martin, who has post up. Post up is basically he doubles with this guy. And then we have Gil Alridge, also has pass blocking abilities, which is post up. Most of the time he's going to double with this guy. And then we have a halfback in the block or tight end in the block, whoever we have. So that's our blocking setup. For the most part, we do 2 jet blocking. This is basically a full slide, opposite of our strongest guy. Right. Now we're going to get into practice mode. We're going to go over a few things in detail, but I'll try to keep it as quick as possible as well. So we're going to get this practice session started here. Excuse me if I'm rambling over my words. It is, what time is it? It's 2 a.m. But this is around the time that I actually free up for stuff like this. And yeah, so I think only maybe 3 or 4 people actually watched the first video. Obviously, it's an hour long. It's a lot of stuff in there, and it also, not gonna lie, I probably got lazy towards the end of that video. I'll try to keep the energy up all the way throughout this video, as well as keeping it as short as possible. But for the most part, we're just gonna go over splits and stuff like that, and what certain motions do versus different coverages, versus different hashes and everything like that. So the 2x2 sets we're gonna go over is formation number 9, 10, 11. Okay. Technically, you could count 13. 12 I rarely ever use. I honestly have not spent a lot of time here at all. It's probably something I should lab eventually, but for the most part, 9, 10, 11, and 13 are really, really good. And then we have pistol doubles. So, off rip, every game I start, I do come out here and I start setting my audibles. So we're going to do the same thing here. Gun doubles offset. Again, we're in the spread playbook. Keep that in mind. Only playbook we use around here, right? So we're going to change a couple audibles here. So we're going to take our quick pass audible, which is double slants. We're going to change that to angle smash. Angle smash is a really good play for attacking users that like to use it over the middle of the field. What I like to do is I like to have a bunch of routes in the same vicinity, and you have to choose one if basically somebody's open. But that's going to be our quick pass audible. We're going to change our inside zone to halfback draw. Halfback draw is going to be our call here. Our deep pass, which is for verticals by default, we're going to change that to FL spot. Okay? FL spot's really good. That dig route is really, really good. You also have a corner spot, basically spot concept on the right. It's also a good concept to run. And our play action audible PA read. I used to like PA comeback, but more recently, I've fallen in love with Shark halfback wheel. 71 calls, 14.7 yards per play. For the most part, you have a touchdown to the post, a big play to the wheel, an easy read with the drag and dig combo, as well as a late read, semi-late read with the comeback on the left. So, really good play. That's our gun doubles offset audibles. Okay. Our second formation here is gun doubles offset weak, which is the same formation, just with the halfback on the opposite side. So with this one, Typically we can keep slants, but all I really come here for is to change the run audible. So I don't want RPO zone peak. I don't want that. Right? That's an outside zone from shotgun. It's not really good. So what we're gonna change that to is RPO read bubble, which is an inside zone read option with a bubble. So you have, it's basically a triple option. Really good play. Easy to read, and it's just an effective play. 115 calls right there, 6.9 yards. Okay. We're going to change our deep pass audible from 4 verticals to sail. Now sail is not a lot of play calls here, but if you've seen me run this play and you've seen me break down plays after games, you've seen that I have that corner route open a lot more often than I throw it. And then you have the you basically have a dig and a whip combo. It's really good against zone. The dig is also good against man. The post is good against man. A halfback route is good against man. You know what I mean? And that corner route is really good against zone and cover 4. So keep that in mind. If you're going against a heavy cover 4 user, you want to rock sail. Now PA bubble Y over, we are going to keep that. That is a really good cover 6, cover 4 buster. Just because of the way that the alignment is by default, if they're in like a cover 6 or cover 4, that tight end's open most of the time. And if they're in a cover 4 press, usually you can get that outside release fade on the left, and you can fit that in there. It's a whole shot. It's really good. Now, the only thing that's up for debate, to be honest, is the slants play. So slants can be swapped out. I do like to keep a slant like available to me, like all slants play available to me, mainly because of zero blitz. Now with zero blitz and the way this formation is set up, you have your halfback on the left, your tight ends on the right. So if you max protect, you have 7 blockers and you have an extra guy on either side. So that's really good for your protection. If you're not afraid of zero blitz, or you don't absolutely have to have that extra disposal, I would swap that out for RPO orbit bubble. It's a longer progressing play, but it is really good. I typically like to run that from the right hash and run it left, so that you have more than enough room for your bubble to actually get good yards. And push come to shove, you can always hand the ball off inside, and you don't have to throw the bubble because it's a read option. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's a good play. I've also been dabbling here and there a little bit with this motion Z spot, but auto motion plays, hit or miss. Hit or miss, man. There's also a halfback draw here is actually pretty decent, and 0-1 trap. 0-1 traps are good against odd fronts. If somebody's gonna come out and match your gun doubles with 3-4 odd, just go ahead and run an 0-1 trap. You're gonna ear hole the DN. Your right guard is going to get up to the second level, and it's a good 5 to 7 yard gain minimum versus most odd fronts. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. And formation number 11. Now, this is where we come and we get a little tricky, so to speak. So you can see this read option right here. I have 88 calls. I've averaged 7 yards per call. It's a really good read option. It's one thing about this read option that is different than others. A lot of times you'll have a situation where the D line will, the person you're playing will pinch their D line. If they pinch their D line, it's an automatic tell that you can keep it with your quarterback, and you're just going to get around that guy, no matter what. You're going to get around the first guy. Now, if you have an elite quarterback with jukebox or whatever it is, spin cycle, all that good stuff, you can make a guy miss an open field, which you'll be one-on-one with a safety. So keep that in mind. But for the most part, you can always hand that off, even when they pinch their D-line, just because when they pinch their D-line, they can't get around that tight end that's off the line of scrimmage. So we're going to keep slants there because that's a slant-flat combo. That's one of those, even when they're usering in the middle of the field, they have to choose a slant to cover. And if they don't, it's going to be, the other one's going to be open late. You know what I mean? Either, like, it's catch-22. Difference between this slant call and this slant call is this one I like to just streak the circle receiver and then, you know, scramble if you have to. You got two slants coming across the field. Okay. Back to this formation, gun normal Y off. We're going to change our PA read because we're not going to use that too often, even though we do have 10 calls for 14 yards here, which is decent, but we like the read option better. And we also are going to keep 45 quick base because we want to have access to every type of run play at your disposal. And our deep pass audible, we're going to swap that out for jet touch pass. I know it says we're only averaging 3.8 on this one, but it's still a good one to have in your arsenal, given the situation. You know, if somebody presents that it's available for you, go ahead and run it. And one of the plays I do like out of here that sometimes I do swap out slants for is curl flats. Just because I like curl flats a little better than slants sometimes. It depends on the type of coverage you're seeing the most. If you're seeing a lot of man blitz, I would say slant flats is the way to go. If you're seeing a lot of off coverage, curl flats is the way to go. Because either way, they can't cover both sidelines. Easy money. And then that way you can, you know, call this one by default. We'll actually put curl flats in our audibles here, just for the sake of this video. And let's see. This is the formation I rarely ever use. Gun flex Y off. There's no particular reason why I don't use it as much, but let's just say I have enough 2x2 in my diet. Excuse me, a little burp there. I have enough 2x2 in my diet that I'm not, you know, hurting for another one, or looking for another one, to be honest. Okay? So I guess little bonus here is going to be formation number 13, gun stack Y off. This one is pretty simple. Curl flats is a play I absolutely loved in the beginning of the year, just because you can almost always throw this little angle, this inside release speed out. You can almost always throw that against most coverages, unless it's like a cover 2 hard flat, which is going to muddy up that read anyway. You know, if it's any type of cover 3, cover 4, cover 1, cover 0, that route is almost always open. So, and I actually called the play like a dum-dum. Anyways, so I guess this is a bonus here. So you see off coverage, like I said, square is going to be open 9 times out of 10. It's actually a universal coverage DB right there making that play. But yeah, we got a man blitz look here. So we're going to check this. That's interesting. Never knew he did that. I try to just move him to the side here. Let's see. You can move the tight end. Get an extra blocker on that side. Okay, cool. So, zero blitz look. Bang, bang. Still right there, but we get the completion. But in any case, you can see that we can, against man, you can throw the out, you can throw the curl, you can throw the angled curl. For the most part, like I said, this route is open for easy completion. And that's you know, that wide receiver has like 70-something route run, and just consistently open. It's a blind read. If somebody's using that, you're assed out, like, because it's just such a blind read. You can get in trouble looking at it, staring at it. There he goes. He gets a pass breakup, but that's not the read on that play. Anyways, I'm rambling already. Haven't even got into any of the gameplay yet. But let's get back to these autos, man. So back to formation 13. Of course, I like to put curl flats there. Easy replay. If you need good yardage, you know, solid yardage, 3 yards, 4 yards, good play to go to. I do like to take my deep pass audible. I'm going to change that to the jet touch pass. As you can see right there, 132 calls, 8.7 yards per play. Pretty good. Every play in this little auto motion mini scheme is actually 8.5 yards a play, which is kind of funny. But my play action audible, it used to be the fake jet pass power, so which is basically a QB power. After Lamar got hurt in season 1, I didn't use it as much, but I used the hell out of it early on, as well as when I had my backup quarterback in there. I used it a lot as well, just because it was just a really good power run. It's basically like a wildcat. And you get so many extra blockers out in front and the pulling guard, and it's just really, really good. But as of late, I do like fake jet halfback seam, which is a really good cover 3 buster, which is also a cover 1 buster, which is how you kind of sort of stop this play. So if if someone's geared up to stop jet touch pass, they're gonna use the safety in cover 3 or cover 1 and shoot over and make sure that you don't get outside. If they do that in fake jet halfback seam, you have the tight end and the halfback pretty much for like all the way touchdowns, as well as double move on the left. So yeah, it's a catch-22 just that way. We're actually going to call it a fake halfback seam here. And pistol doubles. Only thing I do here is I come and I get rid of the useless play, which is PA boot. As you can see, not a useless play, but I only average 1.2 yards on it, so that's how I gauge it as useless. We're going to get the jet touch pass in there as well. So we have 4 verticals in here. We have slants. We have halfback slam. Halfback slam is actually a bad run. I only average 2 yards of play on that. But the other one I average 3 yards, so we're going to go with halfback zone, even though we're never going to call it. Ideally, I would have a draw in here, but we don't, so. Ooh. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to start with the play calls here. And we're going to move the ball around and everything like that. So we're going to start out with one of our favorite plays, which is angle smash. Okay? Angle smash. Good play. Easy to read. Going to go with random nickel here. We're going to back the ball up. So angle smash is going to be very similar to the other formation and spread, which was formation number 29. They have a version of this where the tight end is on a really good angle route. But because he's in line here, we're just going to put him on a drag this time. And instead of putting square on a drag and having X on the vertical, we're going to put X on the vertical. So in the spread formation, we're going to essentially trade routes with square and X. So in the spread formation, we're going to streak X and drag square. In this one, we're going to streak square and drag X. The reads are the same. You have to know where the user is, and you take the drag every time it's there. You take the corner out every time it's there. Okay? Let it go. Drag is there. We take it. Get a field. Easy 6 yards. Right? Easy 6 yards. That was against the blitz. It looks like we got a corner cat coming on the left, on the right hand side here. So we do the same thing. Square on a streak, X on a drag, and this is pretty easy reads. If you see the corner cat look like, you know, the left side corner is off, the right side corner is pressed, you always alert to the route that's on that side of the field. If it's a blitz, you throw it to circle hot every time. It's not a blitz. Take the drag every time, like I said. That's actually, what's that? 8 yards. We get the same look again. I'll take it. See if we can hit something else this time. Square on a streak is a zone alert. We're going to alert to circle, though. He blitzes. He doesn't. Money right there. Now, that throw is a little iffy because of where the user usually plays. So if the user is over the middle, you want to pick up on where his user is. So, like, your eyes are going to start out on the right. Snap of the ball, you're going to see if that corner is blitzing. No, he's not blitzing. You immediately come back to the middle and the left to see where the user is and know your routes. So you know that guy is pressed, you know the other guy is off, so you're anticipating a cover 3, like a rolled cover 3 shell. Both safeties should be rolling to the right, in which they do. Now, if the user is this guy, he's flat-footed, he's waiting for this drag. Because this guy is fanning out and he also has to cover a corner, you also have this side adjust streak. Now you can throw this against this safety here because he's in a deep assignment, and if you can fit this past the linebacker here, you can fit this throw in there inside pass lead, and it's I'm not gonna say it's an easy throw, and it's also a really quick read when you're bringing your eyes from right to left. But if the user is jumping down to cover drags, or to stick with this halfback angle route, you can get that right in there. Like as soon as they're even, like 11's even with 50 right here on the screen. As soon as they're even, and you can see that the linebacker's not gaining depth anymore, can throw that inside. A good easy read. But yeah. Even if 50's not covering 11, he's jumping down to cover the drag. Right here, you got the halfback angle route coming wide open. Okay. Now I also want you to pay attention to these splits. So we motion 11 from the outside to the inside, and you see they're split pretty. It's a pretty good distance between them. It's about maybe 4 to 5 yards. Okay. Pay attention to that split because we're going to switch. You're going to switch the hash now. I'll show you guys this here. This is the split when they're on the when the two receiver side, with the speed side is set to the field. Okay, that's the splits. Now if we move the ball to the left hash, so now the speed side is the boundary side. Now look at the splits, a lot tighter. What this does, it allows you guys to get free releases because they're essentially in a bunch formation here. And what you have is like a single back deuce close tight end angle, in which the corner route is going to get really open on the sideline. And I'll show you can throw that just about any coverage. Now, I mean, I don't have a really good route run there, but we'll see what happens. Good play by 31. Hope you can make some plays like that in the game for me. That'd be great. Appreciate you, brother. But that was actually a man coverage look, or a match look. So we actually got a man blitz here. Blitz doesn't even get home, but as you can see, we have the drag open. Like I said, you got to take the drag every time it's there. And you got the halfback open because you have the DB coming from the right to the left. I'm sorry, from the left to the right. And your halfback is going from the right to the left. He's open. You know what I mean? But granted, if you have a better route runner here, this is an easy completion. If you have, a route technician or out and corner elite or a post flag specialist, any of those types, you're going to have this completion right here because you're going to get separation. Okay? Keep that in mind when you're building up your wide receivers. You want guys that can run routes. Again, left hash here, the square on the streak, X on the drag. We're going to make a read. We've got to cover to a look. Look at where the corners are. That's against a universal coverage corner in cover 2. I'll show y'all why that works, which is pretty basic. The tight end is going to come around on the drag because it's the short side of the field. The tight end is going to be almost immediately in the zone of this looks like this is hard flat actually, but the tight end is essentially going to be in that corner zone responsibility very quickly, which leaves that corner out wide open. The streak from the number 2, the new number 2, which is 11, is going to keep the vertical hook honest and inside, which allows you to throw this over the top here. Now, essentially, I can see that the corner is staying low, so I can actually just pass lead this down and outside. But essentially, if you're facing like a cover 2, a Tampa 2, anything like that, you want to actually throw that up the field from this hash. I want to show that against like a soft squat. So let's go ahead and choose a new play. Take a sip of water. So back to formation number 9. Angle smash. Nickel. So Tampa 2 is cloud flats and cover 2 sink is soft squats. So let's go with soft squats. Okay. Same adjustments here. Now you're going to see the angle that you have to throw this triangle route, this corner route here. You actually can't throw it. Like that. Soft squats is going to be a little more match coverage in cover 2, and he actually, universal coverage corners do their goddamn job. So, yeah, cover 2 sink is not gonna be your ideal thing here. Now, realistically, you can throw that angle route right there. As soon as you see him cross the face of that linebacker, boom, hit him. He's open. Like I said, you can also hit this drag here. but the cover 2 sink soft squats are carrying the outside receivers. And 11 gets bumped off his like damn, super bump. He doesn't even have a good press rating. That's funny. But yeah, let's actually go against Tampa 2 so you can see the difference here. Go back doubles. I don't know why I keep moving the thing. It's actually right there. Tampa 2.
Here we go. Set. 6 Pittsburgh. Now.
Alright, so we got a streak. We got a drag. Easy adjustments here. Now watch the difference in the soft squat between the soft squat and the cloud flat. He actually plays that perfectly. Universal coverage, bro. That's why I say it's the best of the game. Let's see if we can get it from the wide side of the field here. It's a cover 2 look.
70 ending. Charlie. Yo.
Okay. There's our streak and our flat.
We good. 132.
There's no way I can throw that and feel comfortable. There's no way I can throw that and feel comfortable, to be honest. I would honestly just not call this against a cover 2 look. Like I'm really looking at the underneath here. But because that corner is so damn good. I don't know what takes 84 so long to get. Yeah, that's probably what is contributing to that as well. Look at 84, the tight end here. He gets hung up at the line of scrimmage for more than a half second. He's not clearing the zone on time for the halfback to clear the zone on time, which essentially lets that corner sink under that route because he has nobody in his zone yet. I mean, we're able to get this ball in here, but that's not a throw I would trust. No bullshit. All right, so we're gonna put Cooper on a streak here. Drag.
Let's go. Set her.
Whole shot, but again, universal coverage, pass knockouts. I hate practicing against my team. One more time. This is the last time for the road. I promise. Got off. Good. Again, touch pass. Just can't fit it in there without those guys knocking that shit out. Now he's in the zone. Alright, let's get on to the next play, man. We're going to do this against random play from now on. We'll just make a read. So the next play in the setup here is going to be halfback draw. Halfback draw, easy stuff. What did I just do? Alright. And bam, here we go. Halfback draw. Nickel, random. You get a single high safety look here. So ideally, if you see this, this is what you do, man. You bring this guy in, put him on a streak, put him on a drag. Okay. Damn, this got bullied. He acted like he would help him up, and he didn't. That's funny. But yeah. So I like to keep things the same. So I do like to do this motion a lot, just because it just looks uniform to me. Cut this one outside. The bad cut. Human joystick failed me right there, for sure. Alright, so we got another cover 2 look, maybe a blitz look. Bring this guy inside. Now it's a man look here, so we're gonna actually slide to that left side. We're gonna try to cut it back right. And we got spin cycle and then got nothing. It's terrible. This looks like cover 4. This should work. We should be fine here. Didn't run it. Inside. Take our 6 yards, 7 yards, whatever it is. This is really just here for the cover 4 drop show 2 fags. And, if you're in cover 4, everybody, backs up when he thinks it's a pass. We get upfield here. That was a 12-yard gain. I'll take that, right? Next play we're going to get into is FL spot. Now, FL spot was basically flanker spot. Circles your flanker. It's a good play, but it's not good stock. So this is another motion I like to use. Move this guy over here because especially when you have a single high safety look. I want X to get jammed because if he gets jammed, that means circle's open. And if circle's not open, that means X square is open. Your X receiver. So take a look. Not open. Get it over the linebacker there.
Here we go.
And that was looks like that was either match or man. So we get a single high safety look here. We're reading here. We're reading the three receiver side. If this guy bumps this guy, that means that the spot route should be open right under it. But you can see that he actually goes in the trail technique. If you have a better tight end, you can, route him up on that corner. But yeah. Essentially, the linebacker here is actually covering the halfback coming out of the backfield. Corner's covering this guy, which he's open. He's open 100%. Like even you can still throw that, but receiver versus DB matchups, you're not going to see a lot of man cover one anyway, unless you're playing me. But I could have thrown that on time and actually hit that spot route, or like I did, which is come back to the backside dig. Make sure you put a little bit of air under that so that the linebacker, if you bullet this is a pick. Bullet pass, that's an interception. Put a little touch on it. Just a little bit. Don't lob it, but, yeah, it's easy money. Again, looks like you got a corner cat here. We'll go ahead with FL spot and do the same motion. Motion our guy out, right to left. Now, in the event that the cat comes, which is the corner, if the cat comes, you got to throw the hot swing. Because, let's see, we can ID the mic here. This guy, his first responsibility is anything towards the numbers and the sideline. That's his responsibility if the corner cat comes. If the corner does not come, then he's in a hard flat. This is cover 3 cloud. So that means that the corner's in a hard flat, so he's taking the swing. You have this middle linebacker that's in a vertical hook, so he's going to take the first vertical, which means the spot route is open. Okay? All right. Let's actually reset that line adjustment here. All right, cool. We actually just made a read there. The corner actually stayed with the spot route, which is interesting because he usually drifts down to the swing, which is where I anticipated him being. But just making an easy read. You're reading this side of the field. You got two defenders, essentially covering 3 routes. So yeah. So like I said, the corner actually his responsibility is this swing. But because Madden got hot swings so wrong this game, like he doesn't even it's so disgusting. The timing's off on spot because of that. Because if this at the snap of the ball, if this halfback is jetting to the sideline like he's supposed to be, that spot route never gets chucked, and that spot route is open. You know what I mean? But essentially we see what we got at the top of the screen here: 84 tight end wide open. Down and outside pass lead, completion. Now I'll show you what it looks like if you run it stock as well. We actually got a little zone blitz coming here, so we're going to slide our line to the left. I mean, that's an on-the-run dead eye from Lamar Jackson, so I don't expect everyone to do that, but essentially, when you see what you see, you just got to take advantage of it, So we are reading, like I said, we're reading the right side of the field, the 3 receivers. We know that because the blitz came, the safety came down toward in the blitz look, that the right of screen DN or outside linebacker is going to drop in the zone most likely. Once he drops in the zone, that means that the linebacker next to him is in a 3 receiver hook. So the number 3 is going to be the tight end. No. Well, no, yeah, I guess. Halfback is the number 3 because he goes outside there, but essentially, those guys get matched. Pressure comes. If you don't want to take the check down to the halfback swing, just go ahead and get mobile. And you have nothing over the middle of the field here for your dig route. Digs are really important in this game. They really, really are. Really good routes. And let's see, we got another corner cat look. Eventually, they're going to actually send this corner cat, and we're going to be able to I'll show y'all what it looks like here. In fact, the timing was just off. And I'll show y'all why the timing was off. This is why I motion that guy out. Because I need to declare who's coming, and I need to declare if that corner is coming. So with this guy here getting bumped at the line, the hot swing not being very hot, and there's no urgency in his route. Down here at the bottom of the screen here, this guy, 43. Like, he's looking back at the quarterback. Bro, I just need you to get towards the line of scrimmage at an angle in which I can throw you the ball and keep you moving. You know what I mean? Now, the spot route is definitely open here. But, in any case, we didn't read it because we got super pressure. It's not there. Alright. So, let's see here. Looks like we got a pressure look. Actually, start getting into shark halfback wheel. So, shark halfback wheel is a big play waiting to happen against cover 4 and cover 6. Realistically, the way cover 6 is run, this would be the ideal situation to run this play. Because your cover 4 side of cover 6 would be on the left, your cover 2 would be on the right. When you have a post versus cover 2, that's a big play, right? But if it's a fat post or big post, a lot of times you have to worry about the other side of the cover 2 beating it, you know, like, or a guy being there. With this, because cover 6, the cover 4 side is going to match number 1 and number 2. That means they're matching a comeback and a drag, which basically means no one's there to cover this post. Okay? We're actually going to call shark halfback wheel here. We're going to slide our line to the right because, like I said, we want to slide away from our best tackle so that, you know, everyone else is doubled and your tackle's one-on-one. Actually got a blitz here. Easy read. You get pressured out the back, which is basically your left side, your blind side, your quarterback. When you get pressured out the back, it's really easy to just take off, get upfield, and you can throw this drag or you can throw this wheel. Because a lot of times, even a user over the middle is not going to be covering that dig route. They're not going to be covering that. They can't cover the drag, the dig, and the wheel. You know what I mean? Able to get it off here. Easy money. And that's versus a 86 speed, 81 zone linebacker. So it's pretty decent. It's good coverage as you're going to get on a play-by-play basis here. Good shark halfback wheel again. Again, we're alerting to the hot read if that corner comes on the blitz. Actually going to slide to that side. This does not come. And we're just going to take off here. I mean, obviously, I'm showing this with Lamar Jackson. Everybody doesn't have Lamar Jackson, but I'm just showing you guys the reads. I'm just showing you guys the reads, basically. Looks like we got a cover 2 here. Again, shark halfback wheel. This is not a really good cover 2 play, but you can get this wheel route up the sideline. You can hit the dig route if the vertical hook or the mid read is actually getting depth because there's a post on the field. Let's go ahead and run it here. Easy little completion right between the zones. You obviously have the drag as well. Looks like another blitz. Slide left this time because obviously that's where the blitz is coming from. Hopefully we can pick it up. We do. Easy money on a comeback route. That's with the purple zone underneath it, but you have to look at where you are on the hashes. Run the left hash. That's a lot of ground for that guy to cover. He doesn't really have a route, you know, in his area. Now, ideally, you know, you throw at the blitz. So, like, the blitz came from the middle. Look at the middle of the field. The tight end's wide open. The drag's actually wide open. But because we know we can get this comeback versus a off coverage corner, we're going to go ahead and throw it. Why not? It's Amari Cooper, right? We got another another blitz look. You never see these, bro. Like, to be honest, you never see them. We're going to come out here. A little toss to the... We can. I don't like spin cycle, bro. I can never break a tackle with that shit. But yeah, you see a blitz, just throw a wheel route. It's pretty self-explanatory stuff. Again, halfback draw. If you see two deep safeties, run the halfback draw, bro. It's really good. You're not running, wow. Wowzers, 93. But if you're not running inside zone, read option, halfback draw is another good one to go with. Get up. Again, spin just does nothing. It's strange. Alright, so on to the next formation here. This one's probably my favorite. I've run formation 9 more than I've run formation 10, but formation 10 has a really good play right here, which is RPO read bubble. Right? I love RPO read bubble. 8 shallow cross you can actually turn into shark halfback wheel. So it's 2 audibles. You know, you put the furthermost receiver on the left on the comeback, put your halfback on the wheel, motioning from left to right, and then you have shark halfback wheel. I'll show you that play out right here. So you got to come back on the left, drag, dig, wheel, post, right? Send the 5 people out on routes, and then you come back on this side, and then you have 8 shuttle cross. You just put come back, drag, dig, wheel, post. So essentially the same thing. So in this formation here, you can actually start playing around with, like I said, we can take out slants and put RPO orbit bubble. RPO read bubble is there, sail, and PA bubble wide over. Now, it's all predicated off this one inside zone read option.
Set, ready. Get the
Right?
plan.
So you have your read man, you have your pitch man. A lot of times, I'm really only reading the read man.
Ready, go.
Right there, I could have actually kicked it out to the wide receiver as well, but
Let's go now.
like I said, if you're only comfortable with running the read option portion of it, you can. And the other, you know, the third option of the play is a bonus. But essentially, you can get away with just running the read option portion of this, because at the end of the day, that's still 5 yards, even though the guy from the slot crashed down for the halfback. I'll show y'all what it looks like when you actually are able to get the bubble. If we can get it again. There we go. We got destroyed. 21 on 12 violence. Wasn't got a concussion, but I had to take him out of practice, man, for real. But yeah, as you can see, this is your read guy. So you're reading him at the snap of the ball. He's either going to crash or he's going to stay. He stays, but as he stays, you can also see your pitch man crashing down. So this would be the equivalent of somebody playing on conservative read option, and then also having playing the running back as well. It's the way you can do that. Trust me, I do it all the time. That's how I run my defense. But essentially, what that does is it takes both these guys out the run play, and it gives you the opportunity to get upfield here. Now, ideally, you want to have somebody in your slot that can actually make people miss. In this league, that is Amari Cooper or Hollywood Brown. In my other league, that is Braxton Miller, who's actually a phenomenal slot receiver, Madden 20. Very, very slept on, man. But I'll go ahead and run this one more time so you can get the hang of it here. And nothing. I hate that you can't make people miss without jukebox, bro. But anyways, so on to the next. We have Sail. Sail is a really good play. You don't have to do anything to it. It's a quick snap play. You call it and you run it just how it is. So the way I do my reads is obviously you have single high safety reads and you have 2 deep safety reads. Okay, 2 deep safety, you're reading the left side of the field, then you're reading the dig. Because if it's 2 deep and it's cover 2, you can almost guarantee that this guy here is going to get sucked down by that whip route, because the whip is going to go vertical, go inside, then back outside. By the time he does all that jazz and that linebacker has to cover him, the dig is coming open behind it. You know what I mean? And then you have this linebacker here. Even if he's in a mid-read, just look at the play art here. He's taken vertical by number 2. You also have your halfback releasing out of the backfield, getting upfield, right outside of the tackle box. So, what that means is you have a corner route that's most likely open every time. So let's go ahead and take a look. It is too deep. A little air under it and let it get in that hole, but you know, obviously, like I said, my DBs are elite. We force at least what 6, 7 catch knockouts a game. Kind of crazy. But again, here you would have had the corner route. Well, I would have had the corner route, obviously. This looks like it's covered too hard flat, to be honest, because these corners are not sinking. The linebackers are also just playing at linebacker depth. They're not really moving too deep, aside from the guy that was taken deep by a post. But in any case, this is a possession catch, but he doesn't get down. Happens, man. It happens. So we got a cover 4/cover 6 vibe here. Let's go ahead and run sail again. Now, against any type of coverage that you don't know what it is, so your opponent's base aligning, whatever the case may be, you want to have built-in checkdowns. So your built-in checkdown here is your square. I mean, your tight end on this whip route. Okay. You also have alerts. So like the right off the backfield, R1 is open a lot of times. Just run it here. Tight end gets destroyed after a 7-yard gain. But that's still a 7-yard gain. Right? Single high safety, like I said, single high, you can come down here to this RPO orbit bubble. So your pitch man is right there. It's that linebacker. If that linebacker comes inside, you got this bubble. If he stays, if he comes with circle, you keep it inside. Easiest read that you can possibly have. Easiest read you could possibly have. And it's even when people are using that play, you're only reading one player. It's not like it's a super complicated triple option and you got to use motion and all this other shit like that. No, you're reading that guy. If he jets outside for that bubble, you hand it off because look at that hole. Look at that hole. That's an easy 10 yards, man. 10 yards can't come easier than that. Legit. So again, we can run it again. And ideally, you wouldn't have like your 88 speed big body wide receiver in that spot. But we'll run it again. What we got here? And like I said, you want somebody quick there in that position. You can get the ball, keep it moving. Run for y'all one more time. This is ideal for single high safety looks, though. To be honest, to be completely honest, because that safety would roll from the strong safety side, not the free safety side. You know. But in any case, reading that one guy in the middle linebacker spot. Made the wrong read there. It was as if I was doing a read option. It was funny. But yeah, 2 deep, you want to run the bubble. 3 deep, you want to run an orbit. Like right here, you can run the bubble. You made a play on that though. It's a 52 fake out. I'll show you what that looks like because this is dangerous. If there's an elite DB in the nickel, this is dangerous. So we're gonna read the read man. We're not really reading the read man. We're reading the pitch man only. When we see him crash down like that, we immediately think, okay, he's coming down for the run, right? He's coming down for the run for sure. But he didn't, and he came back out there. And if that's an elite DB, that's a pick. Because of the angle of this right here. That's a pick. If 31 is you know, you got superstar ability, zoned out, man up, whatever, he's gonna get there and get that ball. So be wary of that shit, man. Now he's lined up like that, like in a press alignment, you can almost guarantee he's not gonna be in position to make that play. There it is. Ah, we got caught. But we got about 15 yards on that one. Right. Now this one doesn't look like he's going to be, you know, in position to make a play here. Outside. With a miss. Got murdered. But yeah, you saw a blitz look. You know that corner's coming. Just go ahead and throw the bubble out there, bro. It's 1-on-1 with the safety. That safety made the play. He's in the zone. That's crazy that he can make that play from the free safety position. Take a look at that. This is why I run my guy in the slide, bro. 21, right at the top of the screen here. He's going to recognize this bubble and get to it. Snap of the ball. He sees the bubble a mile away. Whoo. Yeah, that's a pick six waiting to happen. Like I said, man, you got to know when you can throw these and when you can't. Typically, I reserve those RPO bubbles when I see somebody that's, misaligning their defense. Like they're, in 3-4, and there's nobody capping the slot wide receiver and blah, 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 blah. We still got solid yards out of that. But as you can see, this is why I love that RPO bubble so much. Anytime they're like in a little press alignment like that, if you look at this this defensive formation, this is cover 6. Look at the right corner; he's 5 yards off. The left corner is about 8 yards off. Okay, now we get out of this. Now we'll go to shark halfback wheel. Hopefully, 88 has the speed to get over the top here. But see what we got. That's funny that linebacker stuck with that. Usually, that's a user linebacker, and you pretty much have a one-on. It would have been a one-play touchdown. Like I said, 88 speed. He's not burning anybody, even a linebacker. A linebacker's 86 speed. He actually ran a post. He actually matches with. Look at that. 51 just running stride for stride with him. I'm proud of you, bro. Proud of you, big dog. Really didn't make a play on the ball, but holding, defensive holding, pass interference. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, single high safety. Let's go ahead and run this RPO orbit bubble. You like to have dynamic wide receivers all over the field here.
Set hut. 10 touchdown.
It's actually out of this one.
22 jet
Looks
bomber.
like cover 3
Jet bomber.
cover 3 cloud, or it's the cat blitz.
Set up.
Actually get the cat blitz here. Bro, what in the hell? That's what I mean about this game, bro. Like, he literally ran a route into a blitzer. Let's look at this replay, man. Like, you can't even have a good teaching session without some tomfoolery happening. We finally get them to send the corner cat. Run the play action. You got halfback here, but your halfback runs directly into... Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Fucking up my timing. Fucking up my timing, man. I mean, nothing else is really open. The tight end, maybe. Yeah, once he crosses his face, yeah. But for the most part, this is just bad on all accounts. Oh well. But yeah, again, this play, this RPO, I mean this play action bubble over. It's just an alert for certain things like cover 6, cover 4. A lot of times you can get your halfback out here in space. Again, spin cycle does nothing for me. Like that's tough. So it looks like you maybe got a cover 4 here. So I'll show you the PA bubble over. See if the tight end gets open. He does. It's gonna happen 9 out of 10 times against any type of match. Any type of match coverage, that tight end route is just a really good angle. And because of the play action fake here, able to get right over top of that 3 receiver hook. Because the 3, initially the 3 receiver, the number 3 receiver is this halfback. Halfback releases right, tight end is going left. And then by the time the halfback becomes the 2 and the tight end is a 3, it's too late. You just loft that over the linebacker's head and get yourself put a little air under it, not a bullet pass, because the bullet pass gets picked here. Look at the trajectory of where the linebacker is. Linebacker look back at the ball there. That would have been a pick if you bulleted it. Put a little air under it. He's able to get, position properly to make the catch and run. Let's see. Looks like a cover 2 here. Now, I've always wanted to hit this hole shot down the left sideline when I see cover 2. It's not always there, though. So, but we'll see. We'll take a look. Take a peek here. It's actually not there at all. check it down to the halfback here. It's a really good check down route. Clear out the zone. The zones are cleared out by the tight end and the wide receiver on that side. So, yeah, it's really good play for that. Like I said, again, you're alerting to the tight end for any type of cover 4 because you're going to have it right over the middle. And then your check down is R1. A little air on it over the middle. Would have had one-on-one with the outside receiver as well right here. So if you got an elite wide receiver, maybe a post specialist, check this out. Tight end, the tight end is going to get matched by the strong safety. That means you got a one-on-one on the outside here. 88 is one-on-one with that DB. You got a post specialist guy. That's a big play waiting to happen. But for the most part, everything's clamped up except that halfback there. Get that halfback one-on-one with a linebacker. That's a good deal for you. For the most part, unless it's an enforcer. Then you're kind of screwed. So on to the next here. It's going to be formation number 11. So formation number 11 is one that I don't spend a lot of time in. Formation 11 is really specific to scenarios in the game, right? Scenarios and tendencies. For the most part, this is kind of like my counter formation. So if someone comes out in like an odd front, like they're in 3-4 odd, or they're in nickel 3-3-5, nickel 3-3-5 wide, you know, any type of like odd front where your center is capped with a nose tackle, I'm gonna run halfback base and 5-6 wide trap down your throat, just because I'll take those 4 to 5 yards every play. Because if I do that 3 times, that's a first down. You know what I mean? So I'll take those all day, every day. Also, with this formation, like I said, you have the read option that's kind of glitchy. Depending on the alignment of the defense, you can, like I said, all the time, keep it with the quarterback. And then we also have the jet touch pass here for people who like to use nickel 2-4-5 double A gap or any type of 7-man front across the line of scrimmage. I want a jet touch pass at my disposal at all times for those instances. Even though this one isn't the best, 3.8 yards, not good, but it's there for at your disposal in case you're facing that type of mid blitz kind of defense. Okay, and then the like I said, the other audible here is going to be slant, curl flats, or you can swap out slant flats. Either way, you have it at your disposal. Okay. And then we also already showed you formation 13, but let's go ahead and get into 11 real quick. No need to show slant flats. We can just run curl flats and then audible to slants, not route to slants. But essentially, this is what you want to see when you call curl flats. You got a cover 3 user, somebody wants to sit in cover 3 all game, whatever the case may be. Let's just come out here and run some curl flats, brother. Get destroyed, apparently. But that is a 72 overall wide receiver, getting a completion between a universal coverage corner and X Factor 90 zone linebacker. I mean, safety. You can come up here and run a curl route, bro. It's just simple and basic. You anticipate the throw. You see the flat defenders coming down for the tight end there. Just go ahead and hit him. Bang, easy money. I mean, he did get banged right there. But essentially, you know, we got the completion. Now, right here you see a cover 2 look. What I would always do is I would keep the curl flat combo on the side of the halfback. So the halfback has that little check and release. As long as the guy that's over top of him doesn't blitz, he's going to run that little curl route. So what that means is I want the backside guy to be a slant. So even if that guy blitzes, and then, you know, that means that that's one less zone in the middle of the field, I have a slant coming across, as well as having a curl on the right. So we're going to make our read here. And we get murdered again. So it looks like that was a cover 2 hard flat. I mean, you don't see it as often, but I have seen people call hard flats on me. Bam. Run the curl here. That guy comes down. Like I said, that halfback, because that the Strong side linebacker, number 51 here, does not come on a blitz. Halfback releases right into his route. Now, in which, if they rush 4, if they had rushed 4, that DT is not there, of course you can check this down to this halfback. Of course you can hit the curl route right down there, down the field for 15 yards. And of course you can hit that slant. This is why this is such a good play. That's it. Just those 3 things are all open versus cover 2. As like I said, this looks like it's a cover 2 hard flat or some type of rat in a hole type of Bill Belichick special. But yeah, 3-man rush and 3 guys are open. That you usually don't see that at all in defense. But made our read. We got our guy open there. Run it one more time just so you can see it. Again, we get a cover 2 look. Put that backside guy on a slant. That when it's there, easy money. That's 10 yards. 10 yards on a halfback curl route. You know what I mean? Right here, you see that look right when they're coming with that. You got people across the line of scrimmage. You want that jet touch pass right here, man. That's what you want, because you know that this guy here is not going to make the play. And you count this guy to the left side of the formation. So that means you got 1, 2, 3 defenders, and you have your right guard, your right tackle, your tight end, and your halfback blocking here, right? You have all those guys blocking. Check out what happens. Read the blocks properly. That was just bad right there. But essentially, let me show you how this is broken down. Ideally, you would want to have a better right tackle, or maybe a blocking tight end, or a tight end that can actually block in space. So that's a bad double team by 76 and 84. And that's also a bad transition getting to that linebacker. If that linebacker is sealed, like, that's a big play. If that linebacker gets sealed, like, he has 2 people to get to him, but just don't block him. It's funny. 76 and 84 that's the combo block you're reading. Right guard does a good job of holding that DT. That's damn, bro. That's just bad. But essentially, that's what it would be. It's basically 4-on-3. It's no reason why you shouldn't have a big game right up the alley right there. That basically becomes outside zone. But in any case, it is what it is. So we got another corner cat look here. Again, we're going to alert to circle. If the corner blitzes, you throw it hot with a low trigger pass to the outside. Bullet. Okay. If the corner does not come, you make your reads accordingly. Just know that guy will be in a hard flat. The linebacker with the C over his is going to be in a purple zone. A yellow zone, which would be a hook curl, and then you have the other hook curl beside him with the M. Okay. Make our read here. Money, like I said, that corner is in a hard flat. I've read that late, but I'm also just reading the field here, so you guys can see it for what it is. So again, the corner is in a hard flat. He did not blitz. He first backed up here, but he's in a hard flat. We have somebody in the flat, so that means that he's going to commit to that. Okay. Obviously, our left tackle gets beat here, which is unfortunate. But essentially, the hook curl, which is the linebacker here, was occupied by the running back here. Which, like I said, these checkdowns by these running backs are really good this year. They're always good, but in any case, that leaves this curl to be covered by the deep blue zone, which is open by 7 yards or more. It's an easy throw, easy sight, right in the quarterback's vision. Bam. If I threw this earlier, probably catch and run. All right. Again, single high safety. Curl flat's the perfect thing to call. You don't even have to adjust this here. Really want to let him settle and then throw it, but in any case, you can take the easy 4 to 5 yards right there. Again, side adjust to the corner cat. Doesn't come. Throw it early, catch and run maybe, or no. But yeah, man, this is pretty much, Easy money right here. We got the read option as well. I don't like running a read option into the corner cat, so we're just going to go ahead and audible to the 45 quick base, in which you want to just let 72 get to his spot and then make your cut off of him. There you go. Easy 5 yards. I mean, it's no reason to sit here and go over run plays, but like I said, what I like to do with when my right guard pulls here, because nobody's shooting gaps in Madden 20 with the linebackers anymore. You know, you can pretty much just wait for that guy to choose who he's blocking, and then cut off of that. Like if he attacks inside, you cut it back. If he attacks the mic, which he is right here, that's where you're gonna go, right off his back. You know what I mean? Easy money, man. Easy money. Looks like we got a cover 2 man look here. Again, against cover 2 man, you can also go jet touch pass. Like, why not? Because when you put the guy in motion, he's not gonna, you know, the corner's not coming with him. You know what I mean? Just like that. We can get a seal here. We don't. Like 43 is just doing a bad job at getting to the second level. Might have to actually check and see who we got, who we can put there. But yeah. In any case, single high safety. Got a slant. Dang. Got murdered by 22. I love that. I love that, young sir.
Here we go.
and again, look at that. He pretty much just puts the old team in the zone. That's funny. A little bit of ability. Even in the zone, I got that in there. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this formation. You got curl flats, you got quick base, you got jet touch pass, and read option. Let's go ahead and run this read option here. All right. Keeping it. 88 and out the gate, boy. Damn. That shit was terrible. But yeah, let's go on it again. Keeping it. So obviously, I mean, if you don't know how to run read options, sorry for you, but you know, for the most part, you're reading that. Here we go. So as you can see, there's no read man here, right? We're just gonna keep it. You get that little double team, you hit it right up the alley, one-on-one with the safety, make a miss. All right, cool. Didn't get hit stick right there. Now I'll show y'all why this is an automatic keeper. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and actually audible to it, see if we can get it again. No, so like you see where the outside linebacker on the left, he's outside of the tight end. If he's inside of the tight end, that means that he's going to get double teamed. And I'll show y'all in the replay. Show y'all in the replay. So see the tight end, I mean the left outside linebacker is inside of the tight end here. Right? Because he's inside, that means that he's going to get doubled by the tight end and the tackle. So when he gets doubled, that gives us a clear lane to the outside. Anytime the defense condenses their D-line or you know, comes inside of that tight end, you can keep it. And that's pretty much, like I said, easy money. Right up the alley. You don't take it wide. You take it right off the cheeks of that tight end, and you get one-on-one with a safety. Beautiful. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there. That's pretty much it for the 2x2. I'll show you all my goodies. I've shown you gun normal Y off, gun doubles offset weak, gun doubles offset, and I've also shown you pistol and a little bit of stack Y off. A little bit of stack Y off. Let's go ahead and get the little jet touch pass here. See if we can get a better block on this guy. And we want to ID the mic for this guy. That's what we want to block, okay? And that's pretty bad. But in any case, this used to be a whole lot better than what it is now. I actually want to run that again, because this is the way I used to run. I used to just double this guy. Double team that guy and then let the chips fall where they may. If we can get to the second and third level here. 43 just doesn't want to block for me today. I guess that's what it is. But that's it, man. If you liked the video, like the video. If you didn't, be sure to dislike it, leave some hateful comments, and unsubscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm out.